What if I told you that the United States once had an emperor? Well, sort of. Welcome to the bizarre tale of Joshua Abraham Norton, better known as Emperor Norton I of the United States. Our story begins in 1850's San Francisco, a city teeming with gold rush fortune seekers. Among them was Joshua Norton, a businessman from South Africa. At first, Norton struck it rich. But a bad rice investment in 1852 left him bankrupt and apparently a bit unhinged. On September 17, 1859, Norton marched into a local newspaper office with a proclamation. It read, "I, Joshua Norton, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States." And just like that, Emperor Norton I was born. You might think San Franciscans would have laughed him out of town. Instead, they embraced their self-proclaimed monarch. Norton regularly paraded through the streets in a blue uniform with gold-plated epaulets, gifted by army officers. He'd inspect sidewalks, cable cars, and even the state of the weather. Norton didn't stop at being emperor. In 1863, he expanded his domain, declaring himself protector of Mexico. He issued imperial decrees, including one to abolish Congress and another to build a bridge spanning San Francisco Bay. Ironically, the Bay Bridge, completed in 1936, closely followed Norton's proposed route. Perhaps his most famous decree came in 1872 when he outlawed use of the word Frisco to describe San Francisco. The penalty? A $25 fine. Even today, locals cringe at the term. Despite his grand titles, Norton lived a humble life. He ate at free lunch counters and slept in cheap lodging houses. Yet he was treated like royalty. Restaurants reserved tables for him, and theaters saved him seats of honor. Norton even printed his own currency to pay debts. Remarkably, local businesses accepted these notes, which today are worth far more than their face value to collectors. In 1880, Norton collapsed on a street corner and died. The next day's headline in the San Francisco Chronicle read, "Leroy est mort. The king is dead." 30,000 people lined the streets for his funeral. Emperor Norton I may have been a madman, but he was San Francisco's madman. His reign reminds us that sometimes the most captivating figures in history are those who live life entirely on their own terms. In a city that prides itself on embracing the eccentric, Emperor Norton remains a beloved symbol of San Francisco's unique spirit. His legacy lives on in the city's culture, with Norton-themed tour, beers, and even calls to name the Bay Bridge after him. So, next time you're in San Francisco, raise a glass to Emperor Norton I. After all, how many cities can boast of having their very own emperor?